Good evening. We're coming back on the air at this hour because there's been a development in the search for Nancy Guthrie, the 84-year-old mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie. The Pima County Sheriff's Department, with assistance from the FBI, has detained an individual at this hour for questioning in connection with the abduction of Nancy Guthrie. Again, a person detained in connection with this case.
Yeah, Tram and Troy, good afternoon to you both. You may remember Friday night. This was a big night in this investigation when very late at night, law enforcement were executing a search warrant here in the Catalina Foothills area. It was this home just over my shoulder. It's only about 2 miles from Nancy Guthrie's own home. They were also taking a pretty close look at a Range Rover that was parked at a Culver's just a couple of miles away from here as well.
The disappearance of Nancy Guthrie is a case that has kept an entire community on edge. But today, we are breaking down a massive, high-stakes development that has investigators and true crime followers in a state of absolute shock. For a long time, Nancy's whereabouts seemed to have gone silent, leaving her family and the public with nothing but haunting questions and empty theories. But the FBI just made a move that suggests the answer wasn't hidden in some far-off location or a random encounter, but in the driveway of a house sitting just 2 miles away from the very spot Nancy was last seen. We are talking about a major forensic breakthrough that has led federal agents to the front door of a convicted felon who has been living in plain sight, potentially for years, right under the noses of the local authorities. If you're ready to see how a ghost from the shadows was finally tracked down by high-level investigative work, make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel right now. We are peeling back the layers on an investigation that just went from a standstill to a total federal surge. Before we get into the chilling details of the FBI raid and what they found behind those closed doors, hit that subscribe button and join our community as we track every development in this unfolding mystery. The focus of this federal operation is a property located less than 10 minutes away from the Guthrie residence. Investigators have recently revealed that a convicted felon, whose past criminal history is now being scrutinized under a federal microscope, has been a person of interest for a significant amount of time. But it was a recent tip combined with a hit in a national database that reportedly provided the probable cause the FBI needed to execute a high-stakes search warrant. Neighbors in this quiet suburban pocket describe a scene of absolute silence being shattered by the arrival of unmarked black SUVs and agents in tactical gear. For several days, forensic teams have been seen meticulously removing boxes of evidence, electronics, and even personal items that could link this individual to the moment Nancy Guthrie vanished. If you believe that no one can outrun their past forever, no matter how close they stay to the scene of the crime, go ahead and like the video. What makes this identification so disturbing is the proximity. For years, this individual has reportedly lived a quiet, seemingly ordinary life, perhaps even crossing paths with the very people who have been searching for Nancy. The FBI's Behavioral Analysis Unit is now looking into the psychology of a suspect who chooses to remain so close to the site of their alleged crime. Is it a sign of overconfidence, or a calculated move to monitor the investigation from the inside? Forensic experts are now analyzing several items recovered from the house that reportedly match the descriptions of belongings Nancy had with her on the day she disappeared. The FBI is being extremely tight-lipped as the lab work continues, but sources close to the case suggest that a trophy, or a piece of long-hidden evidence, was discovered during a deep search of the suspect's basement and crawl space. If you want to be the first to know when the formal indictment is unsealed by the U.S. Attorney's Office, hit that subscribe button right now and turn on all notifications. This development proves that the modern age of federal forensics is the ultimate nightmare for those who thought their secrets were safe. As the FBI processes the physical scene and the digital data from the seized devices is decoded, the community is finally bracing for the one thing they have been denied for so long: the truth. Nancy Guthrie wasn't just a name on a missing persons poster. She was a woman whose life was interrupted, leaving a void in the hearts of those who loved her. Today, the pen is back in the hands of the law, and the ink is finally starting to flow. As the forensic teams continue to dig into the backyard of the suspect's home, reports have surfaced that ground-penetrating radar was utilized to scan for anomalies beneath the surface. This level of detail suggests that the FBI isn't just looking for clues, they are looking for a resolution. The proximity of this convicted felon, just 2 miles away, paints a picture of a predator who felt comfortable in his environment, perhaps believing that his prior convictions would act as a smokescreen rather than a spotlight. But in the world of federal investigations, a convicted felon tag is a permanent marker that eventually leads back to the truth. Make sure you like the video to support the forensic teams working around the clock to bring Nancy home. We are also hearing that the FBI is looking into the suspect's old travel logs and employment history during the month Nancy went missing. By reconstructing his life from years ago, they are building a timeline of opportunity that places him at the right place at the wrong time. This is how cases are won, not just with a single piece of evidence, but with a mountain of coincidences that finally become a conviction. As we wait for the final lab results to come back, the Guthrie family has remained stoic, asking for privacy while the FBI does its job.
Since our mom was taken in the dark of night from her bed, and every hour and minute and second and every long night has been agony since then, of worrying about her and fearing for her and aching for her, and most of all, just missing her. We know that millions of you have been praying. So many people have been praying of every faith and no faith at all, praying for her return, and we feel those prayers. Please keep praying without ceasing. We still believe. We still believe in a miracle. We still believe that she can come home. Hope against hope. As my sister says, we are blowing on the embers of hope. We also know that she may be lost. She may already be gone. She may have already gone home to the Lord that she loves and is dancing in heaven with her mom and her dad and with her beloved brother Pierce and with our daddy. And if this is what is to be, then we will accept it. But we need to know where she is. We need her to come home. Someone out there knows something that can bring her home. Somebody knows. And we are begging you to please come forward now. We also know that we are not alone in our loss. We know there are millions of families that have suffered with this kind of uncertainty. And for that reason today, we also...
But the energy in the community has shifted from one of sadness to one of intense focus. The 2-mile radius has become the center of the true crime world, and every neighbor is now a potential witness to the habits and movements of a man who lived among them while allegedly carrying a dark secret. We will be right here, providing a front row seat to the most significant update in this case's history. Thank you for your loyalty. Now subscribe, and let's get ready for the moment the handcuffs finally click into place. Do you think it's possible for someone to live 2 miles from their crime scene without being caught? Or was the system just not looking in the right place? Share your theories in the comments, and let's start the most intense debate of the week. As we peel back the layers of this ongoing federal investigation, the focus has shifted toward the digital trail that investigators believe was meant to stay hidden in the dark. While the community remains in a state of high alert, federal agents have reportedly successfully unsealed a series of encrypted communications that were sent from a device located within that critical 2-mile radius on the very night Nancy Guthrie vanished. If the prosecution can link these messages to the convicted felon currently under the FBI's microscope, we are no longer looking at a random disappearance. We are looking at a coordinated operation that may have involved multiple parties. If you believe that no one is above the law, no matter how quiet they live their life, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel right now. We are tracking the forensic data that is finally bringing this mystery into the light. Forensic specialists are reportedly recovering ghost data, deleted files, and browser histories that were supposedly scrubbed just minutes after the FBI began their surveillance of the suspect's property. This isn't just about what was on the phone, it's about the intent to hide it. If the recovered data shows that the suspect was monitoring the Nancy Guthrie case or searching for forensic cleanup techniques, the innocent neighbor facade will be officially incinerated. We are waiting for the U.S. Attorney's Office to officially unseal the indictment, and you won't want to miss our live stream when the full list of charges is revealed. Hit that subscribe button right now and turn on all notifications so you don't miss the moment the truth is told. The proximity of this suspect living just 2 miles away has also led investigators to look into predatory proximity patterns. Forensic profilers suggest that some offenders choose to remain close to their crime scenes to monitor the police response and maintain a sense of control over the investigation. This makes every interaction this suspect had with his neighbors over the past months a potential piece of evidence. Reports indicate that federal agents have been canvassing the neighborhood, looking for anyone who noticed unusual activity or vehicles on the suspect's property during the early morning hours of February 1st. If you stand for the thorough investigation that turns every stone to find the truth, please like the video to help us reach 10,000 more viewers today and keep this case at the forefront of the conversation. As we look toward the next court hearing, the emotional weight of this case is reaching a boiling point. The Guthrie family has made it clear that while they seek justice, they also seek a final resolution to the ransom note mystery that plagued the early days of the search. The FBI is reportedly cross-referencing the DNA found at the suspect's home with the microscopic traces recovered from those original notes to see if there is a direct match. This is the final piece of the forensic puzzle, the link that connects the digital, the physical, and the psychological. Thank you for your incredible loyalty and for helping us reach our subscriber goals. Now subscribe and let's make sure Nancy Guthrie's justice is built on a foundation of scientific certainty that no one can argue away. The forensic focus has now shifted toward the soil and sediment analysis, being conducted by FBI specialists who are comparing microscopic samples from the suspect's basement to the unique mineral composition of the desert wash, where the initial struggle reportedly occurred. This is a high-stakes area of geology-based forensics. If the earth under his floorboards matches the rare chemical signature of the abduction site, it provides the physical link that no digital delete button can erase. We are talking about a suspect who reportedly fortified his home with advanced surveillance cameras that point not just at his driveway, but specifically toward the route leading to the Guthrie residence. If the FBI's seizure of those hard drives reveals a hidden archive of route monitoring or footage of the Guthrie family over the last several months, the innocent neighbor defense will be factually dismantled. If you believe that the ground itself can hold the secrets of the past, make sure you like this video and subscribe as we wait for the official soil comparison report to be entered into the federal discovery file. Beyond the physical evidence, investigators are drilling down into the suspect's convicted felon status to determine if he was under active supervision during the window when Nancy disappeared. Federal reports indicate that they are scrutinizing his mandatory GPS check-ins and any ghost periods, where his tracking may have been tampered with or gone dark. In a case this sensitive, a lapse in supervision is often where the truth is hidden. The FBI is also following a financial shadow involving a series of large, unexplained cash withdrawals made from a local ATM just 3 miles from the suspect's house on the morning after Nancy vanished. Was this a run fund that was never used, or payment for a secondary party's silence? If you stand for the type of deep dive investigation that follows every signal and every dollar, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. As the community remains on edge, federal agents are reportedly using Cellebrite CloudLink technology to bypass the suspect's encrypted lock screens. This process allows them to recover snapshot data images and locations that were backed up to a secondary server before the suspect had the chance to factory reset his devices. There are unconfirmed reports that a deleted photograph of a specific piece of jewelry, matching the description of an heirloom Nancy Guthrie was wearing, was found in a password-protected folder dated February 2nd. This digital trophy would be the ultimate nail in the coffin for any claim of non-involvement. Every like on this video helps us push past the noise and keep the focus on the scientific facts that will eventually be read into the federal court record. Thank you for your loyalty. Now subscribe and let's make sure Nancy Guthrie's justice is the only thing trending until she is safely home.